Welcome to my channel Global Sky Update, the ultimate destination for jaw-dropping content that will surprise, inspire, and entertain you every step of the way. If you love discovering the unexpected, make sure to subscribe, hit the like button, and share with your friends to keep the excitement going. Your support helps us keep blowing minds and creating content you'll never forget. So buckle up and get ready, because this is just the beginning. I don't think people understand just how close the Philippines is to the heart of Asia's biggest power struggle. The South China Sea is a powder keg, and Taiwan is at its center. Fighter jets and warships from China and the US crisscross these waters, each move watched by anxious neighbors. For the Philippines, this isn't just distant news. Its northernmost islands, the Batanes, are less than 200 kilometers from Taiwan. Any conflict over Taiwan would spill directly onto Philippine shores. The days of watching from the sidelines are over. The Philippines now faces a stark choice: prepare for conflict or risk being caught unprepared. Military drills, aggressive posturing, and constant uncertainty have forced Manila to act. The nation's leaders know they must protect their sovereignty and people. The Philippines is stepping forward, no longer a passive observer, but a key player in Asia's high-stakes game. The region is on edge, and the Philippines is now at the front line. A new chapter in Asia's power struggle has begun. For years, the Philippines tried to balance diplomacy and protest, rarely taking bold military steps. But China's aggressive tactics in the West Philippine Sea shattered any illusion that diplomacy alone could keep the country safe. Filipino fishermen have been harassed, and the Coast Guard has faced water cannons, proof that passivity is no longer an option. In response, the Philippines is building a military outpost in the Batanes Islands, just south of Taiwan. This is a dramatic shift from observer to active defender. The new base signals a proactive strategy: forward defense at the edge of a potential war zone. The Philippines is now making its own moves, shaping the regional game to protect its people and sovereignty. It's a calculated risk, but one the country is ready to take. Manila is writing its own story in the face of mounting pressure. The Batanes Islands, remote and windswept, are the Philippines' northernmost frontier. Their peaceful landscape hides their true value. They sit astride the Luzon Strait, a vital maritime superhighway. This strait is a lifeline for global trade, especially for Japan, South Korea, and Taiwan. Any disruption here would send shockwaves through the world economy. Militarily, the Luzon Strait is a gateway for navies moving between the Pacific and South China Sea. The Batanes act as a natural, unsinkable aircraft carrier. Whoever controls them can monitor and influence this critical passage. For China, the strait is essential for projecting power. For the US and allies, it's a key to regional security. The Batanes are more than scenic. They're a strategic linchpin in Asia's power struggle. Control here means a front-row seat to the region's most important moves. This tiny archipelago carries giant strategic weight. The Philippine Navy's new Mahatao Naval Detachment in Batanes marks a turning point. It's not a fortress but a forward operating base, equipped with modern surveillance to monitor the Luzon Strait. The base gives the Philippines eyes and ears in a region where it was once blind. It's a launch pad for rapid response, both for security threats and disaster relief. Typhoons often batter Batanes. Now help can arrive faster. The base integrates military presence with community needs, providing real benefits to locals. More than a symbol, it's a practical step to defend the nation's northern border. The Mahatao detachment transforms Batanes from a remote outpost into a key node in national security. The Philippines is backing up its words with action. The Philippines isn't acting alone. Its alliance with the United States is stronger than ever, anchored by a mutual defense treaty and expanded military cooperation. U.S. forces now have greater access to Philippine bases, and joint patrols send a clear message of unity. American support is modernizing the Philippine military, making the Batanes base a local anchor for regional defense. The web of alliances extends to Japan and Australia. Japan provides patrol vessels and maritime expertise, while trilateral cooperation with the US and Japan strengthens regional security. Australia has joined joint patrols, reinforcing a shared commitment to a rules-based order. These partnerships multiply Manila's strength and deter aggression. The Batanes base is a strategic asset in a growing coalition of democracies. The Philippines is no longer alone. It's part of a united front. China's response to the Batanes base has been swift and angry. Beijing calls it a provocation, accusing the Philippines of playing into U.S. containment strategies. Chinese officials warn of severe consequences for crossing the red line near Taiwan. On the water, Chinese Coast Guard and maritime militia vessels have increased their presence around Batanes. These gray zone tactics are meant to intimidate without open conflict. The new base has clearly hit a nerve, raising tensions in already contested waters. For China, the base challenges its ambitions. For the Philippines, it's a necessary defense. The stakes are higher, and the security situation more complex. The dragon has been stirred, and the region is watching closely. By building a base in Batanes and deepening U.S. ties, the Philippines is taking a bold gamble. The risks are real. The country could become a target in any Taiwan conflict and face economic retaliation from China. Aggressive Chinese tactics and trade pressure could hurt the Philippine economy and security, but the rewards are significant: a stronger defense, credible deterrence, and a clear assertion of sovereignty. The Mahatao detachment signals that the Philippines will defend every inch of its territory. This is a defining moment, the end of passivity, the start of strategic self-reliance. The Philippines is now an active participant in shaping Asia's future. The Batanes base is a symbol of this transformation, a small nation standing tall. The risks of inaction now outweigh the risks of action. In the Indo-Pacific, middle powers like the Philippines are no longer letting giants decide their fate.